This is my show and I like to talk, loving the sound of my voice. So grab a cup of Joe and I'll let you know. Hope you enjoy the show. Hey, what's up? It is Let 'em Know with Joe, episode 2, and I am stoked for this one. It's going to be a great one. I don't know if y'all saw last week, but thank you for those that did. Thank you for all the feedback and the support. Really appreciate it. But I also wanted to get this, what the show is about. I want to get it right this time, so let me read it off. So it's a cup of Joe with Joe, having a conversation with everyday people living extraordinary lives. And today we got my good friend Tommy here. Tommy, you can go and say hi.
Hello.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's great. You're doing a great job already.
Appreciate it.
But before we start, we do want to, have a cup of coffee or a cup of Joe. And today we're actually drinking Stumpton Coffee Roasters, organic coffee, Holler Mountain, creamy, and I don't know. Do you say caramel or caramel? How do you say it?
I say caramel. Yeah, I know there's an E there, but
I think I say caramel as well.
I forget to.
Caramel. You say almond or almond?
Almond.
Yeah, wow. So we're going to have a cup of this, and we're going to just test it out and see what we think about it. Okay, go ahead and pour you a glass with our custom Let 'em Know with Joe mugs. Be sure to visit the website, letemknowwithjoe.com, and go ahead and order one of these. They're definitely coming in quick. They're custom and for a limited time only.
Is that enough for you?
Yeah, it should be enough, yeah.
Okay. I can pour it if you want.
No, it's all good, man.
You got it?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Where's our barista today?
Yeah, so Eric is not available to record today, so we're just going to do it without him. And I think it's actually better without him. I'm just kidding. So it's one of their signature blends that's been with them since the beginning. Holler Mountain is a hometown favorite. A versatile and full-bodied blend, Holler Mountain doses out of a bright burst of citrus that pairs perfectly with creamy notes of caramel and hazelnut. So have a sip. Tell me what you think.
I can already smell the hazelnut.
Mm.
I'm ready for the creamy. It's an easy drink.
Yeah, it is. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
How do you usually drink your coffee? Do you drink it black or do you drink it with?
It depends where I'm at. Preferably this way.
Yeah, same. I didn't drink coffee at all until I moved to Australia, and apparently it's a big thing in Australia, as you know, because we'll get more into that. Tommy's lived in Australia for how many years?
Close to 19. But
Wow.
about 18 and a half.
But I didn't drink coffee at all. Actually, I hated it. But everybody loved to drink coffee. Everybody loved to go out and drink coffee. So for me, I was like, all right, cool. I'll go out with y'all and have coffee. So when I first got a coffee, it was a flat white with 4 sugars.
Okay.
And it was a lot, but it tasted good. And so little by little, I go to 4 sugars to 3, 2, 1, none. And I was drinking flat white. And after that, I started drinking. They called it a long black there in Australia, but it's Americano here. And I've been drinking it like that ever since, and it's been good. I love it.
It's a good way to drink it.
Good way.
Yeah, I think you can appreciate the coffee taste better when there's nothing around it.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's not as harsh as people make it to believe.
Yeah.
If you like it burnt, that's where it's nasty. But if you drink it the right way,
Where have you had it burnt before at?
man, we could list a couple of.
Give me one.
The top one would probably be Starbucks. But yeah, if you.
But we still love Starbucks. They're a great company. Do some good things. I think I don't know much about the company at all.
Yeah,
but
I don't
want
want to speak on their behalf because I don't know a lot. So
Me either.
I won't
I
say
do
anything.
take everything that I just said back.
No comment.
Really quick. I don't know if y'all noticed last time, but after every segment there was a bell that would go off or a horn. So basically,
What does it sound like?
it sounds like this actually.
Okay, good to know.
Okay, so basically what's going to happen is at the end of a segment, when there's nothing else to talk about, I'm going to press it, and that's the end of it, and we're going to go to something else. So just be aware of that. If you hear it, just know it's time to go to something new, all right? So in that... Cool. get to know the guest. We have Tommy here, aka Bricks, Brixx.
Correct.
I met Tommy probably almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I've been here for almost 3 years in the Bay, and then Tommy came about a month or two after that. So when I got here, and so I picked him up from the airport.
You did.
And that's where I first met him. But really quick, Tommy, who are you? I know it's a broad question, but let me know who you are.
I am a man that was born in San Ramon, which is about 20 minutes northeast from here. I resided in Australia, Sydney specifically, for about 18 and a half years. I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. I'm engaged to a woman named Kiara.
You're going too far, bro. That's another question I was going to ask later. But.
Okay. I guess there's a lot to me, but there's more questions I may be getting into if I keep talking.
Probably, yeah. So
ask away.
Lived in Australia for quite a bit. Australia's a great country to live in.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I could have stayed longer, but I'm very happy to be here also.
We're stoked to have you here, bro.
Appreciate it.
What do you do, like as career-wise, or even outside of your career? What do you do?
Like hobbies also?
Yeah, but not too many hobbies because we don't got that much time. So
Okay.
just give me like a couple of hobbies after that.
Yeah, highlight reel. I currently am a land surveyor. I work with a lot of architects and contract builders to work on private establishments or private buildings and houses. It's not the best thing I've ever done in my life, but it's cool.
It pays the bills.
It pays the bills, and it's all right when it comes to things I enjoy doing.
But it's not what you want to do, right?
No. Should I explain what I want to do?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I love people, and I love Jesus, and so I figured putting those two things together, I could be a pastor, and that's something that I'm intent on doing, which I feel like we do without necessarily the title. We love on people and with the love that we've received from God. But so I'd love to have my primary job be a pastor's role.
That's cool. Yeah, I love that. I think you'll be a great pastor.
Yeah, well, we are.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I guess definition of a pastor is,
as Kelly Putty would say,
helping people, be discipling of people and just walking through life with people. I think we're doing a great job of doing it. We can do better, probably at times, but
yeah, we'll see.
Cool. Relationship status, as you already kind of mentioned a while ago.
Yeah, my marital status is I'm about to be married in, I think it's 90 days, 89 days, something close to that. Yeah.
What's her name?
Her name is Kiara Janae Wilson. Social security number is, I don't know yet. Oh. We'll find out.
Do you know your own social security number?
Not off by heart, but I do know of it.
Right. That's fair. I think they're great people. Kiara's great. I met her when she first started coming to Hillsong SF. We had a dinner party, and I met her and another guy named Blake and Megan at the same time, and it was great. They're great people.
They are.
She's been a great friend of mine too, and we actually lead a connect group with here at church. Yeah. I lead it with her, and then, but once y'all get married, I won't.
Yeah, probably not.
But it's great, and I'm going to the wedding.
You are.
I'll be there. Where's it at? You don't mind saying
No,
that?
not at all. I don't have an address, so I'm not too worried. It's in St. Thomas, which is an island in the U.S. Virgin Islands. We're just believing that coronavirus doesn't have its way, as it has for the last 2 months, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, even if it doesn't happen, we're still gonna go.
Yeah. Even if we don't get married on the island with a bunch of people, we will still be present on that island,
and we will still have a great time
wearing masks. And
I'll be with y'all on y'all's honeymoon as well. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the same place. So,
cool. Who's your idol / mentor? I guess more mentor would be the word.
Yeah, I don't know, like someone that I idolize in a.
It's okay to say me, bro. You can say it if you want to.
I'm just gonna tell the truth. Yeah. I don't know. I think I look up to people that are creative and can create things from nothing, and so I'd say just like people who are artistic, because I think music is awesome, and when you have people that can create either lyrics or a melody or a whole song, that's something that I can't at this present time do. I don't know if I'll ever emphasize it and do it, but I love people who can create, and that goes in any creative aspect, or most.
Who's like an artist that you think is a very good creator?
I don't know. I think it's just like being around people who are creative and listening to their ideas. I feel like I'm really good at being in those conversations and adding to that kind of stuff, but I can't come with a first thought almost. So I kind
of like feed off other people.
Yeah, absolutely. So I like people who are creative and can have those visions pop into their head.
But you didn't answer my question.
Yeah, I know.
Who's an artist? You don't have an artist that not that you look up to or anything like that, but you think is a very good creator.
Yeah, I don't know. I think producers are kind of under the limelight, so it's hard to like recognize or recall names. There's a guy I always like listening to. His name is Kevin Parker, and he produces a lot of cool beats as well as does his own music under the name Tame Impala. I think he's awesome, and he's also Australian, so that's cool. Not a lot of people in Perth that make music like him, let alone the world.
People in Perth either.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. But then I also, being a man of God, I look up to a lot of pastors who have been in the game for a while and who have stayed on the course that they feel called to be. And so there's so many. I really respect and love my parents as well. They've done the journey that I look up to a lot, and even looking after and raising my sister and I think that's cool to say that they did that, because I mean, I don't know how I'd handle us. Yeah,
I don't know how to handle you either, to be honest. Your parents are great. I love them.
Thanks.
They're great people. Gotten the opportunity to meet them. They've been here a few times, so it's been cool. Yeah. Last question.
Hit me.
We kind of hit it already, but your 10-year goal. Do you have any kind of like specific goals?
I'd love to get into the investment game. Okay. More specifically when it comes to like real estate. I think it's cool to be able to own something, especially land, and get a profit from it. And so I'd love to own my own house that my family and I would live in, but also have ones that would be rented from us and help us have more of an income. And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that'd be really great. That's even more of like a 2 or 3 year goal, but obviously that encompasses in 10 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Have a family, start having kids within those 10 years.
How many kids do you want?
Ideally 2, but you just never know.
You never know, man.
Because we're not just gonna
twins
have sex
Triplets.
Twice, right? So you just don't know.
Yeah, true. That's very true.
Yeah, that's my thought at least. Don't know. And then I'd love a dog.
Man, I want a dog so bad.
So I love boxers. I love Dalmatians. Short hair, big dogs are pretty dope.
Cool.
A bit more lean though. I don't want to feed them like, I don't know, 6 pounds a day of meat. That's pretty.
Where do you want to be living? Do you know?
Well, I can always have an idea, but I never know where it's gonna be. I'd love to be in the Bay in 10 years' time, but yeah, I could be somewhere else.
Yeah,
I love it here.
Yeah, it's a great place to live. Cool. Thanks. All right. There's a new segment I want to talk about. It's called Trending with Joe. We'll talk about a few things that are trending and go from there. One thing that I actually just noticed like yesterday or today that I saw on Twitter that was trending was the whole the murder hornets. Did you did you ever heard of them at all?
Yeah, only when you sent it to me, but
it's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, it's sad.
I was reading some on the New York Times about it, and just like some people first noticed it like last year, and then now they're starting to see a lot more of them. And I'm just like, man, that's crazy. Like they're saying that they originated from Asia,
China, Japan,
Japan, and now they're here. I'm like, how did they even get here? That's my question. Man, it's probably like some sort of like alternate universe, man. It's crazy, bro. I don't know what's going on in this world.
What was the most intense thing that you read in that article that stuck with you?
So what they do is they cut off the heads of bees.
Yeah, they decapitate bees.
That's crazy. Like,
gnarly.
What the heck? I hate bees. Have you ever been stung by a bee or anything like that?
Yeah.
I got stung by a wasp one time.
Same.
I was so I used to help farm back in the day.
Farm what?
Cotton. So we would strip cotton, and I was running the module builder. Basically, what that does is they put all the cotton into this big old thing, and I kind of pack it down. and then make them into like big old like rectangular squares.
Can I cut in and ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you ever watched The Office?
I definitely have.
You know, in the warehouse, how they keep telling Michael not to touch that.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
No,
Okay.
definitely not. I mean, in a sense, kind of yes, like that, but
Yeah.
this is on a major scale, like way bigger than that. This is like,
Gotcha.
I'd probably say like 15, 20 feet long,
Dang.
and like probably like 9 or 10 feet high.
Mhm.
So I'm working this thing, and all of a sudden I feel something on the back of my neck. I'm like, oh, what is that? I touch it, and bah, it gets me on my hand, and it swelled up, and that's the end of the day. That's all that
This is
happened.
history.
Rest is history. So
Yeah.
definitely been that. But apparently these things have venom that can definitely kill people.
Yeah, up to 50 last year in Japan
Jeez,
died
yeah.
from these wasps.
That's crazy.
Or whatever they are.
I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, I think when I was reading it, it's definitely horrible to think that they can kill people, but also the bee population is something that we need. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've ever seen
I
the
have.
Bee Movie.
I've seen the B movie, like the cartoon.
Yeah, with Jerry Seinfeld as the main character's voice.
Jerry Seinfeld is a legend.
Amazing man of
If
God.
you have not seen Seinfeld, do yourself a favor and go watch it. It's on Hulu.
Yes,
I mean,
all 9 seasons.
I watch it all the time. It's great. I love it.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
but going back to the Bee Movie, they illustrated what it would be like if there's no bees in the world, and pretty much there'd be no food in the world.
Really?
Yeah, because bees help pollinate and help grow fruit, vegetables. Oxygen comes from our trees, so it's very hard for us to have plants if there's no bees, and that's
Wow.
why it would be a huge. It'd be a pandemic, actually. Yeah.
And we've already had quite a shortage in bees already lately.
Yeah,
In the past.
that's why it's a big deal.
And so even with these hornets, I mean, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, man, that's pretty crazy to think about. To be honest, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Another thing I saw on Twitter was this is a pretty funny thing. Awkward funeral songs. Wait, is that what it was?
Yeah, it was.
Awkward funeral songs. And there was a few that I saw in here. It was really funny. Someone said, no joke, the funeral director messed up on the CD and played The Devil Went Down to Georgia at my lovely 7-year-old friend's husband's funeral. And we still laugh about it today. I'm like, that'd be hilarious.
Jeez.
That'd be so funny. I think there's another one. What is it? So long, farewell. So long, farewell.
I'll be to say goodbye.
I do. There's one, let the bodies hit the floor. Come on.
Was that TNA wrestling? Is that what it was called?
I don't know.
Do you remember that song though?
No. How did it go?
Let the bodies hit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Bodies hit the floor. You
Yeah.
just yell. They have that on Benny Hinn video, too.
True.
Highway to Hell. That was another one.
Classic.
Did you think of it? Did you have any songs that you thought would be funny?
Man, yeah, I guess I think there's another one that I saw on that list, which was Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was great.
I thought I wanted to be Oh Happy Day. Oh happy day. Oh happy day. Oh happy day. Happy day. The one from Sister Act Part 2. Amazing song. You know what's crazy when I was thinking about this? I mean, it's kind of sad. It's actually really sad. But back in Texas, there was a girl that passed away, and it was like on a Saturday night on her 21st birthday. Crazy. She got killed by a drunk driver. But what was bad is that the next day, like a lot of her friends went to church, to our church that we had, and we played this song at church in the morning. It was called, and it was one by I forgot, maybe Bethel, and it was like, "Oh Happy Day." It was like, and it just said, "Oh Happy Day, Happy Day." And it's just like,
yeah, I know this song.
and I was just like, I felt so bad because these people were here in this church just crying.
Yeah.
And we're singing "Oh Happy Day." I was like, dang. Someone then walked out and left. I was like,
Fair enough.
I probably would too, to be
Yeah.
honest.
That's not an ideal situation.
Last thing I want to talk about: Kim Jong-un appears in public.
He's back, baby.
He's back. He's back with a vengeance.
Don't call it a comeback.
I recently saw that movie. What did we watch the other day?
Oh no! Do we want to talk about it?
I just wanted to say I recently. What was
The
the name?
interview? The interview with James Franco.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
that one with James Franco, and I learned a lot about Kim Jong Un in that movie. I don't recommend it to.
Soft soul, apparently.
Yeah.
Very soft
He's
man.
he's a great dude, but yeah, he's back. I literally thought he died.
Yeah.
I
he
was
a
like,
goner.
man, he died. Something's about to happen. What's gonna happen? And then he just, I guess, showed up.
I saw so many memes that were like talking about his surgeon who screwed up and had him die. And
Did you see the meme with on The Office, where it was a guy that he was like some doctor that works in North Korea,
Yeah.
and that he did something and like, anyways, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
We don't talk about it.
Maybe
But
you can just post it on your website.
yeah, I'll post on my website.
What is it? Your website?
LetHemKnowWithJoe.com.
Okay.
Go check it out. It has everything there. You can go follow it on. You go from there to all social medias and all that. Feel free to do that. But yeah, cool. Cool. What the guest does well. That's what I want to talk about today, right now. I've known you for about 3 years, and one thing I have seen that you do really well is you have really good discipline. Like, when you want to get something done, when you want to do something really well, I feel like you do really well with your discipline.
Okay, I like
kind
that.
of want to talk about and see, how do you do that? Like, what's something that you value that makes you want to be better disciplined with your life? Because I know you've done it really well. Like, I think you did a whole year without fast food.
Yeah, last year.
And for some people, I guess it might be easy for y'all, but I mean, for us, like, we go out to eat all the time, and you even went with us to In-N-Out a few times, and he just didn't eat.
Got some water.
He had some water, and it was. I'm like, man, nice. You're stronger than I am. But how do you do that? What have you been taught? Maybe from your parents or something like that, or if you want to talk about that for really quick.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you ask my fiance, one thing that I really want to get better in is discipline, because I feel like I could be more disciplined. I guess I moved to the States by myself, first time being out of my parents' home ever, and I was in America with a fair bit of cash because I saved up before I moved here, and I just ate good food, hung out, socialized, and I noticed that I was getting a bit heavier, and so I was like, all right, cool, I can lose this, and all it takes is just to stop eating certain things and moving a little bit more. But also, I think another thing that I read was, I'm forgetting his name. He's a preacher out of, I believe, Georgia. Franklin. What's his first name? Jensen Franklin. Yeah, he has a book on fasting, and it's called Fasting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good title.
Yeah, absolutely. Straight there. And he just talked about, number one was just about what fasting physically does for your body before talking about the spiritual side. And I recognized I could do it, and it's not hard at all. And the benefits are really great. And so, yeah, I definitely recommend reading that book, even if you're not a Christian yet. Or you just don't believe in...
If you don't believe in God or anything, like, it's just a great practice to do.
Yeah.
To practice your discipline.
Absolutely. Like, intermediate fasting is definitely a dietary tip. I guess it depends on what type of body you have. Like, I'm not out here claiming to be a fitness instructor or a dietitian, but it's fun to, like, test yourself and see what your capabilities are when it comes to discipline. I think also something I like to do is, like, not gratify myself all the time. So if I'm really wanting to do something, I kind of question why I want to do it. Yeah. So, like, if I want to just stay inside and watch something all day, like, I know it really won't benefit me. So what can I do to be, I guess, against that feeling and see how I feel after, like, I deny myself what I really want to do.
It's so good, bro.
Yeah.
I remember back in, I believe it was 5th grade, I had a teacher, and it was crazy because she's such a great teacher. But I didn't realize it then. I didn't like her at all. But, like, when we first walked into class, she would make us shake her hand and look her in the eyes. And
that's cool.
Not many kids grow up learning how to shake correctly and look people in the eyes. You always, like, look down when you shake someone's hand, look away. Or don't look, but she was like, look me in the eyes when you shake them. All right, cool. But one thing she always said was to delay gratification. And I think that's such a great thing, like, to kind of practice in your own life is, like, man, delayed gratification helps you now, but also in the future as well, because you build your discipline. But then, like, in the future, like, now I'm so glad I delayed then, because now I'm reaping the benefits of it now.
Absolutely.
And I think that's such a great, like, mentality to have.
Yeah. And yeah, absolutely. I think even one thing that we can look at in our culture is how much we want something now.
Yeah.
And if like you defy yourself now, like even like the first example we could think of, maybe it might be different, but I think of is financially. Like if you don't buy that thing that you want as soon as you see it, like the thing is you probably won't want it next week.
Yeah.
And if you do buy it, you already have it and you paid for it. Where if you denied yourself immediately, even just thought on it for a week or two, and if you really wanted it, then you can invest in it. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to jump on things straight away. You can actually say no to things, and you will feel more than fine, and you'll be better for it.
Yeah, I think that's so real.
Majority
Man.
of the time,
like,
at least.
I don't know if you've heard of Dave Ramsey. Some of the things I'm talking about today, actually, I'll put in some links on my website. The book for Jensen Franklin for fasting, I'll put that on there.
Great.
So I can order it. And I've also put Dave Ramsey, and he's a really great coach for finances.
Mm-hmm.
And his thing is like, man, pay everything with cash.
Yeah.
You know, he helps more people get out of debt because, like, man, the debt here in America is really, really high. You know, I'm in debt too, and it's just like I'm definitely trying to get out. So like taking steps to make the right decision.
Great.
And he says one thing he says is live like no one else now, so you can live like nobody else later.
Yeah.
And I think it's so cool because right now he's basically saying live like if you don't have any money and put all that money towards paying that debt. But when you do that, you'll be able to live like nobody else in the future because people are in debt then.
Yeah.
But you'll be out, and it's just so cool. It's like, man, decisions now will affect what you do in the future. And I think it's so powerful.
Yeah.
So good.
Another thing like that I think of is like even during this pandemic, like there's people that are without jobs, and I think there's a stat. I don't know what it like comes to in the States, but one of our pastors from Hillsong LA or London, he told us that the average person in the UK is 3 weeks away from being bankrupt.
Wow.
So if they don't work for 3 weeks, they'll be under. And like even in America, if you have $10 in your pocket and it's like without any debt, you're rich. You're more rich than like 10% or like 90% of the population, something like that. And just crazy stats because we don't have discipline. You know what I mean?
Because I mean the best way to get into debt is get credit cards or get loans.
Yeah.
You know, for something that you want to buy right now, you think you need like a brand new car or I don't know, nice clothes.
A house,
like
house.
I mean,
clothes,
a house. To be honest, a house. What Dave Ramsey says, a house is not that bad because it is like an investment kind of in a way. But like a lot of things, he even says like a car. If you want to get a car right now and you can't afford one, buy one that you can afford with cash.
Yeah,
that works to get the job done. And in the future, you know, once you're out of debt and you have enough money, buy it with cash again. But you know, somewhere another time. But
I like that.
Cool, man. Thanks. All right. Last segment of the day.
Already.
It's called the burning question.
Okay. Explosions.
Yeah. Basically, you know, so many times, or I want to start when I bring people in to talk to for the interview, I want to ask this last question always, just to, because you know, I want to make sure that we're helping people out there. You know, despite who they are, where they're at in life, despite if they believe in God or not. This is not, you know, I mean, we definitely would hope, you know, you will someday believe in God, but if you don't, we just still want to help you. We still want to be there for you. And so,
great.
I want to ask you a question,
please.
And you know, think of the audience and how you can help them as well. But the question is going to be, living your life up to now, what is one thing you have learned that you can give to the people listening on living an extraordinary life?
Okay. Going back to like one of the first questions that you asked, about like who am I and what I want to do, and one of the first things I said is I love people, and I think something that I know something that I need and everyone for the most part needs is friendship and community, and I think most people value others because of the genuine aspect or the characteristics that are fun and good to be around. And I think first impression or conversations and all of that is super important. If people think you're genuine and they like being around you and they feel heard and loved, then that's a great way to start. And so I guess something that I love to do is like I like to have conversation with people, and when I do, I listen. Yeah. And I feel that there's a lot of people that I'll do that with, that I look up to or that I feel like we're peers, and they won't really listen, or their mind is somewhere else, and that makes me like lose respect for them, and it feels like our relationship is a little more dampened, just because I'm a little bit more sensitive. I'd say a lot of it comes down to who I am too, but I'd say like if you want to be able to live an extraordinary life, you have to have people around you to live that life. You can't do it by yourself.
Yeah, that's great. And
so you want extraordinary friends, and they don't just come because they're extraordinary people, but you have to build that. And so I'd say be genuine, and I think a great way to start doing that is listening, and actually like hear what they're saying and be intrigued. If it's not intriguing, then get over yourself. Don't indulge in the things that you want at that moment. Right. Don't think about other things around you, but really pay attention to who it is you're speaking to and the significance that they have. So yeah, like look for friendship and be fun to be around and be easy to be around. And also in saying that you don't have to be everyone's friend. True. Very true. Pick your friends, but I'd say don't discount people. Don't previously judge them to not be someone you wouldn't want to be friends with. Right. Give someone a go, even if they don't look the part, or sound the part, or I don't know. Yeah.
No, that's good. I think. Well, I don't think I know you do really well listening. I've seen you when you talk to people, have conversations with people. You do really well. Like for me, sometimes I'll engage and I'll make sure that people like I have conversations with them. Like I've learned a long time ago. Like always be respectful when you're asking somebody like how you doing. Like actually mean the question when you're asking. Like how are you doing? If they're gonna talk back to you, then like be ready to listen to what they're gonna say. But there have been times where I was just like, oh okay, cool. See you later. I'm done my part. But I feel like you do that really well. Like always listening and always engaging in them. And I think that's really good. That's really good. Mate. Yeah. I think friendship very important to have friends. You don't need a lot of friends. We need some good friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really good friends you can trust. You can talk to them about stuff, and they won't judge you. They won't think anything of you. And I think but they also push you and challenge you as well. I think that's great.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I agree.
Cool. Well, thanks for being on the show, bro. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fast. It went a lot faster.
It goes by fast. Yeah, it definitely goes by fast. But definitely gonna have you on again. Maybe like in another 2 years. But just be ready for that. Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll have some of the goals I had in my tenure.
Maybe some niños.
Whoa.
Maybe I'll have a girlfriend by then. Who knows?
Man, I think you'll have children before me. With a wife, of course.
I need that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, bro.
Yeah.
This is my show and I like to talk. Loving the sound of my voice, so grab a cup of Joe and I'll let you know. Hope you enjoy the show.